Welcome to the Hormone Hub, your go-to source for the conversations every woman in her 40s and 50s needs to have. I'm your host, Kylie Pinwell, your nutritionist helping you navigate your way through perimenopause, menopause and beyond so you can say goodbye to the endless fatigue, unexplained weight gain, hot flushes, PMS, mood changes and more that come on this hormonal roller coaster. If you missed the memo or think this is only for women of a certain age, ladies, it's time to think again. Now sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of my latest episodes, which are released every week. Share it with your friends, your sweaty sisters. The more we talk, the more we help each other. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Hormone Hub. This is where we dive deep into all sorts of topics surrounding women's health, hormones, perimenopause, empowerment, self-care, and I'm your host, Kylie Pinwell. Today we have a very exciting episode lined up for you. We're going to have a look at the transformative benefits of girls' weekends away, women's retreats, and just the power of when a group of women get together. So I'm going to chat about my recent experiences on a hiking trip to the Larapinta and mountain trips, as well as a sneak peek into our upcoming retreat in Bali. Okay, so before we dive deep into the incredible benefits of a group of women getting together, let me share my recent adventures with you. So earlier this year, I was totally out of my comfort zone on a whim. As I'm scrolling on the lounge through Facebook, I booked myself on a long weekends women's adventure. Now, I booked it. It sounded great, sounded fun. I didn't know anyone going. No, that's not true. I did know the host, beautiful lady by the name of Tatiana, who I had met through my brother, actually. So I just met Tatiana once. She told me what she did and I went, oh, that's kind of cool. So when this particular weekend popped up, I jumped in. So like I said, I didn't know anyone going. I felt a bit guilty, because it was also coincided with my wedding anniversary. But it really sort of spoke to me. So on the way there, I got lost. There was an accident on the highway. So I had to take this massive big detour. And it was actually in the Girraween National Park, an area from where I live on the Sunshine Coast. So it was probably maybe meant to be a 4-hour drive, and it took me like 5 hours, and it was quite the adventure getting there. But I did. And by the time I arrived, I got myself sort of a bit worked up, which was so unlike me. Because of the detour, I was driving through the hillsides and the countryside, which was beautiful, but I had no phone reception. I had no map to get me through. And of course, we don't have a Gregory's in the car anymore. So I couldn't just pull it out and look at where I was. So anyway, so by the time I got there, I was feeling a little bit more anxious than I would be. And that's generally not like me at all. So we get there and there were some get to know you bonding exercises, which generally, to be honest, I really hate them. Where you've got to introduce yourself, what do you love? What was your reason for coming away? Those kind of exercises always work really well when I am running the session. And I think maybe it's my control freak there. But when I had to introduce myself, I really just wanted to sink into a hole and die. But as we went round the circle and we all introduced ourselves, I kind of got out of my own way and started listening to the other women's reasons for being there. And it was really interesting. So most women had come on their own. There are a couple who'd come as friends, but most had come on their own. And everyone was sort of looking for three things. Everyone was looking for connection with like-minded people. You don't go on a women's adventure weekend and not get people on the same page. So everyone was looking for connection. People were feeling lonely in their day-to-day lives. So there was a lot of people who worked from home who just felt that disconnect in their social life, and everyone wanted to try something new. So it wasn't like anyone was some kind of mad abseiler or hiker or anything like that. There were varying levels of fitness and whatnot going on. One of the things that I was worried about was I going to be fit enough? Was I going to be the oldest person there? All of those things. But It actually was a real mix of women aged between sort of 30 up to, I think, 68 was the oldest lady there. And we were all there seeking the same sort of things. So across the weekend, we were nourished with good, amazing food. So Tatiana's French, and all of the food she made from scratch. There was a team there, and it was made with love. Across the weekend, we were physically active. We were challenged, then had the restorative practices with lots of yoga, lots of meditation. And if you're sort of freaking out going, ugh, meditation, yoga is not really my thing, think of it more as just stretching and breathing because, that's what it was. For some of the women, they'd never done it before. So we walked, we talked, we relaxed, and it was such a great weekend. And I made a promise to myself that I was going to do more of that. So fast forward a couple of months, if you've been following me on Instagram, you will know that I've been training for the Larapinta track, which is absolutely breathtaking and stunning. So I did that last week. It was in the most stunning location, sort of in the heart of Australia's Northern Territory, about an hour north of Alice Springs, for those of you who don't know where it is. So it was the rugged kind of beauty of those red desert landscapes. There was the camaraderie of a group of adventurous women. It was a truly unforgettable experience. So during our trek, and there were this time around women that I did know, most of them, it was sort of like a group organised through a group of friends. And we had a guide, which was, thank goodness, it was pretty challenging terrain without doubts. We pushed our physical limits. It also happened to be, of course, the coldest, wettest, windiest week that they had in however many years. But it was these kind of challenges that actually bonded us together. So it really fostered that deep connection amongst us. We laughed, and I think that shared experience of pushing yourself through, definitely out of your comfort zone, and encouraging one another. And I think that's what sort of creates those sort of beautiful bonds. So we were surrounded by incredible majestic peaks that we couldn't actually always see because we're in cloud, a lot of it. And it definitely tested for all of us, I think, our endurance, our strength, and our resilience. And when we did get to the top of the mountain on the coldest, wettest day, which was also by coincidence the highest, hardest mountain to get up, that feeling of accomplishment when we got to the summit was indescribable. So we were in the clouds. The temperature was around zero. We were all sort of frozen, but it wasn't just about conquering that mountain. It was about tapping into that inner strength and kind of realizing, we're actually so much more capable of what we give ourselves credit for. And that's definitely something that I'll take away, as well as that shared experience and those bonds that happen then. This Hormone Hub episode is sponsored by our free Hormone Help call. On the call, we'll give you some clarity around what's causing your symptoms and the 3 simple steps you can start using straight away. And if you're ready to take the next step and find out how we can help you, we can talk about that too. So if you're constantly feeling tired, struggling with weight gain, PMS, mood swings, bloating, not sleeping at night, cravings, anxiety, all the things, we're ready to help. If you're ready to ditch those sugar cravings, regain your energy, and shift that stubborn weight, then let us help you balance your hormones, reset your metabolism, and get your confidence back so you can live the life you're meant to. The link with the details to our Hormone Help call is in our show notes or over at kyliepingmont.com. So this has just been my personal experience this year. I've previously also been on business retreats. I've been on yoga retreats, and there's just such a broader benefit to going away. And whether it's a retreat, whether it's a girls' trip away, I think it's that shared experience. And I think one of the biggest benefits is that connection with other women. So retreats certainly offer you an opportunity to meet like-minded individuals, form those beautiful bonds, become friends with people that are usually out or potentially normally outside your friendship zone. And definitely you create a support network that extends way beyond the retreat itself. Often these connections sort of blossom into long-lasting friendships, and it really provides a sense of belonging and connection. I think that's something, particularly after all the COVID years, it's something that we're all craving. When it happens, it's actually so empowering. So another thing that I love about the retreats that I've chosen to go on is that holistic focus. So often there's nutritious and delicious foods. You know me, I'm all about the food. We want that nourishing foods that are going to support your body, nourish your soul. And then this in turn, you feel good because you're doing your digestive system a favor. You're filling your cup. You want to feel good about the food that you're eating and also know that you're fueling your body well. And another thing I love about retreats is the physical movement. Okay. And I think this is a really integral part. So whether it's something a bit more that you've got to exert yourself a bit more, hiking, whether it's yoga, so just moving your body. I mean, yoga can be lying on a mat and breathing. It really truly can be. Or whether it's just being out in nature. I think these activities really provide an opportunity for you to get out of your comfort zone, to challenge yourself physically. And then this sends off all your endorphins and it gives you the chance to reconnect with your body. I think as we whiz through day-to-day life, we forget to do that. So when you're engaging in any kind of physical movement, particularly when you're in sort of like a stunning kind of natural landscape, it revitalizes you, it invigorates you, and it really just helps you tap into all of those happy hormones. And this has a profound effect on your cortisol levels, your mental health, any anxiety as well. And retreats, it's not all about, eating healthy food and moving your body and singing Kumbaya. It's the importance of relaxing and rejuvenating yourself. So it's giving you the chance to step away from everyday life. It gives you the chance, the whole focus is for you to prioritize your self-care. So whether it's meditating, whether it's nicking off to the day spa for a treatment, whether it's just having downtime where you can just relax and read a book, whether it's connecting with someone you've just met and having a cocktail at the bar, it all gives you a chance to sort of recharge and also reconnect with yourself. It's pretty profound. And I think not all about being serious and self-reflection. Retreats also offer a good balance of opportunities for laughter, for fun, for being silly. As much as I said I didn't like the group bonding thing, the group games, if you just take it for what it is, if you're sharing a good conversation or a story around a bonfire or just lighthearted sort of activities, the atmosphere is positive and it's filled with that sense of joy. And I think when you've got laughing constantly with people that you've not met before, it really does weave together those kind of moments of growth and connection. All right. So if this has sort of tweaked your interest at all, and I just can't, and okay, I'm still on a high, I'm just off the back of my Larapinta track, but if this is something that you're curious about and you would like to be part of, we are organising, if you haven't already seen, a retreat coming up in Bali. So it's called the Connect to You retreat, and it is October 23 through to October 27 in the beautiful, Bali truly is paradise. If you picture yourself surrounded by lush tropical landscapes, being immersed in the culture, and then also having that transformative power of a women's retreat. Okay, so we will be offering an array of activities to nourish your mind, your body, and your spirit. Lots of yoga, Pilates, breathing sessions overlooking the beach, the perfect blend of adventure and relaxation. Lots of beautiful sunsets, sharing laughters, connecting with other women. So if you are looking to prioritize your well-being and connect with like-minded women, you're curious about coming on a retreat, pop it in your calendar. I'm going to put the link in the show notes. You are most welcome. We have already sold 18 spaces on the retreat. We do have a few more spaces available. So be sure to jump onto it's kyliepinwall.com/retreat. Save your spot and learn more about the incredible experience that is awaiting for you. Okay, so that wraps up today's episode of the Hormone Hub. I hope that my recent experiences have sparked your curiosity and inspired you to consider it's okay. Give yourself permission to go on a retreat. All right, incredible, amazing. All right, join us next time as we delve into another empowering topic of the Hormone Hub. And until then, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, prioritize your self-care, and embrace that power of the sisterhood. All right, everyone, I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for taking the time to listen today. You can head on over to the show notes at kyliepinwell.com/podcast, where you'll find all the links, and I have a little bonus surprise waiting for you. Before we go, it would mean the world to me if you head on over to your favourite podcasts channel, subscribe and leave a review. Make sure to screenshot it, DM it to me so I can thank you personally. Then stay tuned for next week's episode. Can't wait to see you there.